Well, we have live team coverage of that storm damage in western Kentucky. Let's check back in with Eyewitness News' Jessica Costello. She is in Hopkins County in the Charleston area with more on the damage there. Jessica, how's it looking?
Brandon, the destruction here in Hopkins County, I mean, it's devastating, especially here in the small town of Charleston, where you are literally able to see the very intimate details of someone's life, a family's life, because the walls were ripped from, you know, where they were supposed to be. We can see cinder blocks, the foundation of a home that are ripped off of that foundation. It's incredible, but it really tells you the strength of these storms. Now, I'm standing in what I can only assume to be where the living room was at, but right behind me, I'll step a little bit to the side here where you can see the kitchen cabinets ripped off their hinges, refrigerator doors just totally off. I can only imagine where that door is, but if you look directly to where a hallway must have been, it is the very front yard, because the front of this house is totally gone. I mean, it's incredible to see possessions, especially for these family owners, to find their possessions miles and miles away, and which we'll get to in a moment. But if you look towards the left side of this home, you can really see all of the destruction. I mean, the walls are completely gone. Things that I feel are important to people. We saw china in some pictures and some mementos that people really, really hold dearly to their hearts are just completely destroyed. Now, we know Hopkins County was one of the areas hit hardest by yesterday's storms. The Dawson Springs chief of police, however, says the city is without power along with nearby areas. The Dawson Springs Water and Sewer Department says it received all but one generator requested, and it, of course, will pump water to Dawson Springs, all of Hopkins County, and parts of Madisonville. Now, our chief photographer, John Simpson, and I have been here in Hopkins County and ran into the Wyatt family in Charleston. This is their house that I'm standing in, who is getting a first look at what's left of their home. Lucretia Wyatt tells us she knew the tornado was headed towards their home, so she went into their basement, into a cinder block closet, and covered up with a blanket and pillow. She says she yelled for her husband, Randy, to get down there with her, and Randy made it to the second step of that basement, and the tornado hit their home. Lucretia says she only had to assume that her husband was dead.
It just sounded like it exploded. Boom, really loud. And I could feel the wall actually felt like it moved behind me, the concrete block wall. And I waited and kept the blanket over my head, and then I thought, Randy's gone, has to be.
Now, the miracle is her husband, Randy, is alive. She tells us a wall came crashing down on him, but he walked away from this disaster with just some scratches and thankfully non-life-threatening injuries. Lucretia tells us their dog, Cody, is also safe, that you saw in that video. And Brandon, they're just counting their blessings today, and we'll, of course, have much more coverage all throughout the day on Eyewitness News. Later tonight, we have incredible stories to share with you of survival, to be frank. So we'll have much more coming up at 5, 6, 6:30, and, of course, at 9 and 10. But for now, I'm live here in Hopkins County reporting. Jessica Costello, Eyewitness News.